sugary foods, yeah? And when we are up and running and we're busy and we're on the go, we tend to grab more the salty foods, right? Also, when we've had a fight with our partner, I should say an argument really, when we have an argument with our partner, we get that knot in our stomach, right? Or when we're stressed at work, we get that knot. Did you know that that is our brain actually telling our body to stop digesting altogether? It is not until we relax that we start digesting again. So what we've learned is that our body follows our mind. So if we are happy and relaxed, we tend to digest better and we tend to grab different foods than when we are stressed. Now there was an amazing experiment done by Dr. Emoto Masuru, and I haven't got the pictures to show you unfortunately, but what he did, actually he wrote a book called The Secret Life of Water. Is anybody familiar with that? Yeah? Amazing book, because what he did, he froze in water, and all he did is he had bottles of water with a label on it, and he would write down a negative word, and he froze that in. He also had bottles of water where he wrote down a positive word, like I love you and kindness, and he froze that in as well. He also had bottles of water that he just froze in, playing really aggressive hard rock music. And he had bottles of water he just froze in with soft classical music. Now the reason he did this is because he wanted to see what the water molecule would look like. As you know, our snowflakes all have that sparkling shape to it. And the molecules, he just wanted to see how the molecules were. Well, what he found out was that the water that was frozen in on the positive side, and I'm going to say positive on this side and negative on this side, they were all beautiful and sparkling, like we think of when we think of snowflakes. But the negative side changed completely. The molecules of water had changed completely. They were changed on color, they were grey, and some of them were brown. But they were also more like a sponge. They had lost that beautiful sparkle just by him putting a negative word on a bottle. So, what does that got to do with us? We are not bottles of water. We are not. However, we are mainly water, nearly 70%. So, have a think about your life for a minute. How much negativity and how much positivity do you have in your life? Are you supported at work and at home? Or do you have a lot of negativity around you? Let's take it one step further. How about the food that we eat? Yeah? The food that we eat is also mainly water. So what is the molecules like in the food of the supermarket food? The fruit and veggies that we buy at the supermarket? Well, I can tell you that they are grown in depleted soils. They are sprayed at least once a week with pesticides, herbicides. They are genetically modified and they are not treated with any care. The people that work in that business, really it is a commodity. Yeah? Let's compare that to our organic fruit and vegetables. Our organic fruit and vegetables have been grown in soils that is full of nutrition. They have not been sprayed by any chemicals. And they are handled with care. Right? Everybody who works in the organic business have some level of care about them. Yes? This food doesn't look like our supermarket food, right? And the thing is, we are so accustomed to calling this organic food, increasing that level a bit more is to grow your own food. Yeah? Even if it's a little bit. If you don't have any space, grow a bit of lettuce or some herbs in a pot, put it on your veranda, and I can tell you that that level of vibration is much, much higher. So try to do this with your children. Grow some food together with your child. And I'm going to ask you to do something. You know how the letters of unfortunately I can't show you. My water bottle, I put those labels on my water bottle, and you can do the same. Just have a label and write, I love you, or you're fantastic, or you're beautiful, and stick that on your water bottle. As you drink it, you get all those good vibrations. So try to grow some of your own food. And that is basically my message to you. There is a real body, soul, and mind connection. Our body follows our mind, and try to have that connection at a high level. So that is what I do. I look at you and I heal the whole person. I look at where you are at with your nutrition, where you're at mentally, because a lot of us have problems forgiving. And forgiving, again, it's not about the other person, it is about us. Let's learn to forgive. And meditate. Meditation is an amazing thing that we can do for ourselves to be kind. And with that we get a lot of messages through how to raise ourselves to the next level. So if I have said anything to you today that you might, that you like, and perhaps you think I can help you with anything, then I'm selling my books over there. And I've got a children's book and as well as an adult book all about nutrition. It's called So Why Become Vegan. I'm actually wearing the t-shirt, which I'm also selling. So please come over and say hello. And you can write your name down and we can have some kind of contact, and I can help you any way I can. I'm very approachable and happy to help you any way I can. So today I thank you so much for your time, and it's been a pleasure being here. I'm sorry I couldn't show you the photos because they were actually amazing, the difference between the happy cells and the not happy cells. The happy cells look just the way they are, beautiful,